Hello everyone, Agion here, another Dawn of War 3 replay. On the south side, as the orc player, we have a couple oriental characters, so I don't really know how to pronounce it or even begin where to pronounce it. Over on the Eldar side, we have S4, which S4 usually, when it comes to terms of military, means supply. So perhaps he's logistic in nature, or that he just thinks it sounds cool, or she. I won't judge. Archar Kyre, we also have Ranger Ronan, as well as the Striking Scorpion. For doctrines over here, we got that the teleport beacon Dark Reapers can plant a attackable beacon in target position if that they can teleport to upon arrival. They gain temporary boost to no longer have it set up or tear down. We may see a Dark Reaper play. We also got improved plasma grenades, quite standard as well. Kairun's Command, which I've seen this one. Webway gates gain the ability to create a barrier around themselves that absorb shots. That is a quite interesting one. Haven't seen that one before. We do got over here Striking Scorpions, Hunters, Banshees, Howling Banshees in a circle gain the effect of this ability. Alright, so Stealth Banshees when striking Scorpions out. Ronin, Sensor Beacons create a patch of stealth cover a target position. So a lot very sneaky Eldar play, potentially. We got these Gretchens getting cleaned up. And we do have two charges of plasma grenades. So we do got a stealth, Dark Reaper, and Dire Avenger play. Very interesting, very early aggressive. All these elites are very early, the farthest one being 5. Over on the orc side, we do have the tractor pull, which allows trucks to pull. We do got these choppers now receive quite a bit of damage with up to 2 charges of plasma grenades. I think though it has to be deployed along with it when Kyre is deployed. So we do only when Kyre is deployed he'll gain that ability. Otherwise that would be very overpowered. It looks like these Dire Avengers, I keep on calling Dire Reapers or Dark Avengers. I always get those two mixed up. Let me just go ahead and continue while I was going through. We do got the tractor pull, healing and scrap. When knobs die, they gain stacking bonus, which increases damage speed and reduces ability cooldowns. So imagine To the Last Man from Penal Squads from Company Heroes 2. Well, I think that actually came second over Dawn of War 3. I can't really remember what came first. Was that To the Last Man wasn't always new. We do in fact have these chopping boys. We'll start securing up some points and harassing. That point was, I think it was canceled. Good. I'm just going to suicide bombers from trucks. Or recall when Zapnog is deployed. Lutas can teleport to nearest old Wog tower. So Luta play potentially. We do in fact have Lutas out. And you got the heal and Wog. Wogs provide additional health to their usual effect. Looks like these Dire Avengers and Dark Reapers are going to start hitting the shield generator. This webway assembly has activated the barrier, so we do see usage of that. Plasma grenade does come on in, providing a good amount of damage and knocks back those units. Looks like the Bone Singer will tie this Luda in melee. No health damage from the shield generator, so not all to effect. But this webway gate was not destroyed, so that can be healed up. Bone Singer. The Bone Singer actually still trying to tie up this Luda in melee, which is slowing it down, but is starting passively getting taken out by the handguns of the Choppas, but now they will get completely destroyed. That plasma grenade, which did quite a bit of damage, and the Bone Singer didn't in fact go down, but there go the pistols do in fact take it down. I think the Ludas are actually up here. They just got scrapped up, so they will have access to the slow and do in fact have the Storm Boys now deployed on out. Striking Scorpions have been deployed as well. These Gretchens will get ripped apart quite quickly. Of course, they're engineer units. And not supposed to be effective. At least in this game. We do have the shield generator now receiving some actual health damage. We do got these Dire Avengers securing up the shield generator while they will get stormed by the melee units. It will slow them down and prevent its opponent from using the Ludas to secure up this point. Suicide Bomber comes on in. We'll take out the shield of a couple of these units. And the Warg Truck Suicide Bomber doing significant amount of damage as well. Generator will in fact go down. We got the Ludus now being dacking away, because I believe that's the orc term for guns. Daka. Daka, 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 daka. Though we do have this once again trying to type of melee once again the Ludas, but we'll load them up in the truck actually. Ludas will be slowing down the striking scorpions, but they're trying to cloak away. We got the tractor beams. We'll pull in the Ard boys. The striking scorpions are trying to escape. They will jump away, but they're pretty low in health, have no more shields. Economy looks like in favor of the Eldar player actually having this point fully built. This point is fully built, but so however this one has not been touched. Actually, no, there is one power. The Ard boys will get their charging stun, but he's trying to hack down that resource generator, which will be a very good pickup. The Storm boys are trying to engage as well, but the striking scorpions will in fact go down. This model will get hacked apart, no problem. But of course, since the shield is based on the entire squad, they will wipe out the entire shield first. Wouldn't mind seeing have a shield not based on the squad, but based on the model, but who knows? Just a bit more realism, I guess. Little symbol here. As you see on the mini map, there is in fact a symbol here. Oh, is that a beacon of some sort? Can't select a teleporter beacon. Oh, attackable beacon that Dark Reapers are able to teleport back to. That is very interesting. I did not know also you could see on the map. So we do in fact see the beacon there. I saw some sort of red dot here, probably just a bone singer. I don't see any corpses, but and there's a whole lot of orc mass here. Vlog concert has just finished. You may be eyeing for assault now. You got some Gretchens here. You got some more Gretchens here. Gretchens, of course, cloaking away, trying to eye for this point, this area here, but the webway portal will automatically spot and camouflage. Orc trucks are moving on forward. We do in fact have a suicide bomber coming in onto the Dark Reapers, doing a significant amount of damage. We got Ard boys testing the shield generator. And a nice chain just sequencing up some good barrages of units as well as suicide bombers. The squad has utilized the suicide bombers. So you could have jumped in, but maybe trying using that for escape. We've got some Howling Banshees out trying to kill off the Ludas, a good target for them. So the tractor beam will go ahead and grab the Ludas as well as the Storm boys, leaving just the Ard boys here. These Ard boys here will hack away the shield generator. And now the trucks are starting to move forward. They do have machine gun to use. Not a hugely powerful, but it does help. Dark Reapers here will be dropped upon by Ludas. Maybe the Ludas trying to engage them in melee. Who will win engage in melee, but I think it's just the Ludas having more health will probably win out. Looks like we do got a unit being spawned out. The striking scorpions have been off cooldown. And he will go ahead and grab these Ludas, bring them back in. I'm to reverse move out of here. Actually, a little bit glitch. You can sort of see the Luda still there. Looks like this truck was surrounded. Will result in its death. The Storm Boys was forced out, and they will go ahead and jump away. Losing truck is a minor loss, but you still have to rebuild it if you want to make usage of that very well microed play. It's just very well microed, really. Storm Boys, however, will get killed off. They use a final suicide bomber because they're going to die off, which will do a nice stun and get some shield damage. Didn't do any health damage, but it's largely fine. The Eldar player is now eyeing to push the shield generator once again. The shield generator is about on half health. That bomber coming on in rolls a large miss. Plasma grenades coming on in will knock back these Ard boys. Ludas will be deployed on the high ground. The shield generator is in fact down. Striking Scorpions will make engagement onto the Ludas as well as the Howling Banshees. but he will actually pick them up with not the tractor beam, but will the truck will have to get destroyed, and now these units will be run down. The Orc player is not exactly in a good position. While very well microed his forces, he actually has a huge pile of position he needs to utilize. That's why he's having trouble with these engagements, because he's not producing. Do in fact have some Orc knobs are apparently loaded up in the truck, as loot does. More and more loot is going to come out. Source generator will be secured up. This point was destroyed. Not exactly sure how much was on it, but the Orc player is running. Doesn't have a economy to match the Eldar player. Orc knobs will jump on in. I think that's a webway gate of some sort. It looks like Zap Noggin's now out on the field. No, it's a warrior portal for forward reinforcements. That's very bold. Can pay out, but can easily backfire. The Orc knobs are a very powerful unit. Looks like that's Ronan. Will teleport way into the of that human area. The warrior portal far from cooldown from teleporting away. It will in fact get destroyed. It is a bit of a loss for the Eldar player. Ronan's still alive, has a bit of shield left, or regenerating I should say. Has a little bit of health damage. The Orc knobs actually knows that how Ronan works. It knows it's a camouflage to, well, teleport to camouflage, so he had a good feeling of where it was and went ahead and went there. Preemptive plasma grenade, rolls a large miss, but a good idea. We got a WOG concert been initiated. These units are now hyped up. He does reload into the truck with these knobs. Boys are once again available. 1000 Christian squad. This portal is in fact down entirely. We do got some tank busters as well as 2 Death Gun looters. Knobs are on the front line, taunting this entire area. Massive stun coming in. Actually, that's mobilized, not a stun. But Ronan is good as dead. Shield generator will now be engaged. Teleporting away with the Dark Reapers, very nice. Will save the squad action entirely and allow the shield absorb all the health damage, so he does not need to pay for any reinforcement as well. Shield generator is now under fire. There is a squad of Dire Avengers here for defense, but not a whole lot. Dark Reapers are on the high ground, providing some good fire support. The Dire Avengers are good as dead, but we do got a plasma grenade, resulting in a good knockback. The big explosion for knobs will kill off the Bone Singer as well as the Dire Avengers, garrisoning the shield generator. We use the tractor beam in order to grab the knob, prevent it from getting killed off. Very micro intensive playstyle potentially from both sides. I like that. You got the shield generator now receiving quite a bit of fire. In fact, we'll go down this rate, but we do got a flank of a Bone Singer as well as some Dire Avengers. There's some Dark Reapers on the high ground. Shield generator will in fact go down, so that's an eye for an eye. We'll be trying to do a fallback. The Zap Noggin will teleport away. The Tank Busters is getting hacked apart by the Banshees. If the Banshees overextend, he can take them out, perhaps saving the Tank Busters. Now would be a good time to actually engage the Banshees. But then again, there's still a huge amount of Dire Avengers. While they still don't have the stinking plasma grenade, still sniffing out firepower. You got Striking Scorpions being redeployed. They could go ahead and engage the what's it called? The Storm Boys. The Banshees debating whether they should or shouldn't. Looks like they will not. Generator is not secured up, so the shield generator will take health damage, but he just secured up with the corrections. Striking Scorpions could quickly kill them off. Now you got this wall concept. That's a massive defensive bonus for the Orc player. Now, but the Striking Scorpions are engaged in melee, tying up the Ludas, but they do have forward reinforcements here. Knobs taunting these dire Avengers, as well as Immobilized coming on down, preventing them from escaping. A significant amount of damage. There goes those dire Avengers. Zack Noggin coming on down, will teleport forward. And as well as teleporting forward all these forces, a lot of tank busters, as well as Ludas as well. Plasma grenade doing significant amount of damage. He might want to fall back those forces to get them reinforced. This shield generator is claimed by a squad of Dark Reapers. And do we see any more of those beacons down? I do not see any more of those beacons. So perhaps maybe, is it a throwable beacon? No, it is not. Look at the radius on that ability. It is not. So I was going to say, if it's throwable, you could throw it down a ledge, but he is unable to throw it. We may be able to drop it, but that's not a throw. What I'm saying is, if he could throw it, he could drop it, throw it across off the cliff, allowing a good fallback point in case a melee unit will come in and start whacking it. And a melee unit against Orc unit is very likely to whack a Luda or Dark Reaper in this case. Luda. In fact, have this Falcon. It has excellent rush damage. It has great amount of AoE, able to traverse up and down cliffs as well as the empty void. Orc Guts has been deployed, so all the elites have been deployed for the Orc player. The Eldar player, oops, that's not the Eldar player, still requires a bit of time before deploying out Artarch Kyre, which he is about 70 seconds away. That is soon, but not as soon as Orc Guts. This resource generator will in fact go down. There's no way of saving this. But how this point was resecured, I'm not exactly sure if it was rebuilt economy. But overall, the Orc player has been having less economy than the Eldar player. At this point, it has been upgraded. Upgraded twice. Gore Guts is in this one. You can sort of see him right there. Falcon's not moving forward, trying to do some damage. But there's a large number of tank busters and anti-tank that did a significant amount of damage. The shield's already down. Suicide Bomber coming on in, rolls a miss. Nice try, but it's almost dead already. Gorgas is jumping on forward, maybe eyeing for the grappling claw. Or nope, he's activating the spin to win. Dark Reapers will go ahead and teleport away. Very nice. Teleport in the general area? I'm guessing maybe those are just where the beacons were. I love that teleport. It counters the counter to them of the units jumping upon them. I just love that. Orguts will initiate the flares, which will result, I think, utilizes a scrap, but of course does a miniature wog. May in fact does the healing effect as well, because all of his units are healed up. Ronin has been redeployed. We haven't seen him being all too effective this game. We've seen a couple teleports, so now we'll start seeing the long-range shots, the long shot. Looks like the Dalmek shop's being deployed out. And Artarch Kyre is out in the field. Do you see a couple units? Holy crap, that is grabbing a huge force. The trucks are actually a valuable target to take out at this point in the game. Kyre will jump down, doesn't do any stuns. Will do a significant amount of damage. Gorguts is on the front line. Suicide Bomb coming in. Will hit Ronin. Will stun him. Didn't get the Dark Reapers. Freaking Scorpions are storming in as well. Gorguts is using Spin to Win, which will deny the projectiles of the Dark Reapers. Gorguts is now receiving quite a bit of fire. Artarch Kyre's shield is down. Got the Falcon engaging now. It is almost fully repaired. This Wog Concert initiate a mass heal for his units. That is a massive sway, actually, for the defense. All these Wog Concerts are on cooldown. Looks like he did read them at once for, I guess, for a mass heal, I guess. Ink Busters are going to get picked off at this rate. They do hack scraps, so they can practice launch some squids. Orc Knobs coming forward will stun those units, but is trying to taunt. does not get off a proper taunt to his flanking. Ashokai throwing those Eldritch Winds, slowing them down. Got some sort of beacon there, I'm not so sure. But the Tractor Beam will go ahead and grab them away. I don't think they took any model losses, so if that is the case, that means you can heal them off the Wog Concert. That unit will in fact go down. There's actually only 2 models left, never mind. Wog Concerts coming down along the line, just 2 of them, saving this 3rd one for potentially for another offensive. Eldritch Winds doing quite a bit of damage. We'll need to do a mass reinforcement. The Eldar player does have superior economy, but only by 1 requisition generator. As this point has not been rebuilt. This point has not been rebuilt or resecured. Both sides on a low eco game at the moment. Do you see a Death Choppa? Will be scrapped up, so it'll be interesting how he plays. Most times you see Death Copters along the scrap turrets, but that is not in this game. So I wonder how this will play out. Mostly, Death Copters are just not that good of a unit. See them being all too effective in general. They're just way too fragile. But they are pretty cheap if I remember correctly, especially if you use the medium scrap from these scrap piles. You do in fact have to see a swarm of 3 of them. They're starting to be scrapped up now. Trying to do a saw run. Falcon will be hitting these Storm Boys. No resource generator has been built, so the Falcon's not too concerned on staying in the area, but he is perhaps trying to take out these Storm Boys. That is actually a pretty nice pickup if you can. You actually pull away. Copters did a buzzsaw run. Don't know what all effect it is, but does flank these Dark Reapers, doing quite a bit of range damage. And with Gorguts on the front line, they're actually doing a decent work, I think. Honestly, don't really know. Long shot coming on in, which will get a nice stun. Nearly takes it out, but not enough. Will take 2 hits. You have these guys scrapping up. More Death Copters. I'm not so sure about this. Don't see any additional doctrinal help. Healing Scrap will help them when they max out Scrap, I guess, so you don't have to worry about repairing them. Because whenever you build something by Scrap, doesn't fully heals them. Oh, the Wog Concert actually does heal them up as well. I wonder how this will play out. There's enough Death Copters here, hopefully enough, to take out this turret. As he's trying to run down this Falcon. Machine guns are doing quite a bit of work to the shield. There is 5 of them. He is outnumbering this Falcon. And we'll actually do a chainsaw buzzsaw run, ripping that guy apart. He will save this resource generator. He just needs to... Oh, wait, that Falcon was loaded up with Dark Reapers. Or was that Dire Avengers? Dire Avengers. Maybe it was one of each, actually. That's what I thought I saw. Oh, that Falcon, losing that Falcon with all those units is actually very problematic. He will not destroy that power generator as well. Bone Singer will secure up this shield generator. We need to perhaps do a buzzsaw run to take it out, because at this rate the machine guns won't do all too effective. You got a shot coming on in. Does not hit the low health one. But do we see a second shot? No, we do not. We'll need to get these guys repaired up by the Gretchens, which will take a bit of time, because there's so many. The Wog Concert coming out, that is actually a good alternative to heal them up. We will see a major Orc Assault. What does this Eldar player have? Not a whole lot. Gain some Shadow Specters and engage Death Copters, because that is currently the meta in the game, I guess. Be engaging these Dark Reapers. You got mass buzzsaw run. We'll do some damage to the Specters. Actually, focusing them down quite nicely. 2 of the Death Copters do in fact go down. The focus firing in this one here. which will take it down. I'm not so sure how cost-effective these trades are. The Orc player is moving forward with this advancement, so the Eldar has lost quite a bit of ground. He only has a handful of Dark Reapers, remember before. We don't have much of a frontline army here other than the elites themselves. Shadow Spectres will entirely go down. An Eldar unit elite just went down, perhaps to Ronin. Yes, it was in fact a Ronin. Striking Scorpions are still out. Arshakire is not. Overall, this game went from pretty standard to very well microed to what is going on. I love this game right now. It's just... I've never seen anybody make good use of these Death Copters, where they actually had any real impact. He's able to take out the Shadow Spectres, which were the counter, but they were vulnerable to the Death Copters' machine guns. Oh, potentially Hyperplay to engage it on one-on-one. It's been a while since we last seen Vipers as well. I just don't know. These guys are just not very good frontline, but they're great at harassment, I can say that. Assuming they're scrapped up, the machine gun's pretty lackluster. They're good at masked up, taking off individual units, I guess. Sort of like light vehicle play, or they recently got nerfed from heroes too. Shield generator is actually significantly damaged, so may see a mass buzzsaw run, which will do a mass stun, locking all of these units down, making the Dark Reapers have a very good time in order to rip them apart. The Shockwave is in fact down. A lot of these guys are very on fire. Dude got an Eldritch Storm. Oh, he wastes an Eldritch Storm on Death Coptas. You may want to start using this Eldritch Storm because that was a massive waste, I would say. You got a transition to the big tracks. If he has a good front line, he can establish a front line or barraging away. Of course, he does not have swing spotters. We will get a nice heal up with this Wog Tower. This, yeah, it's almost used up. He got such pathetic usage out of it. It's very... That was a very big waste and very good for the Orc player. Mines coming down. They don't really do all too much, but the free mines never hurt. Helps slows down your opponent. They're slow, don't they? Well, just cause damage in the circle, so don't do slow. It'll probably be much more effective if they had less damage but more slow, just slowing down opposing army. This resource generator has been fully built, but there's no shield generator to protect it. Neither any resource upgrades. Fully maxed out resource upgrade. At this point, it has no resource upgrade because it was completely destroyed and I think resecured. Resource generator, I can't select it. I think it's fully built because the little icon's not above it, as you can see here. Wog concert has been initiated. We do got a swarm of Death Coptas. Turn for... Oh, but that Eldritch wins. If you could have grabbed it, brought it in, would have done lock these guys down. We do got a mass buzzsaw run, which will grab them, doing significant amount of damage. Two grabs of some sort, I guess. A large number of these Death Copters are in fact down. A long-range weapon took it out. We do in fact have a Fire Prism now out. So these Death Copters don't really have much more effectiveness. In fact, there's only one left, so now is a good time to transition away from them. But you built more. Said they were good at the point he was using them, but at this point, when Fire Prisms are out, and Arshakire just wiped the floor with them, their usefulness in this game has long passed. You got the pile of guns out, constantly churning out a pile of guns and ammo. Nice stun shot from Ronin, which will lock down the big track, and that is important. I don't think he knew about that unit early. Well, no, the Bone Seeker definitely spotted it. But now would be a good time to switch into kill him far mode. Ronin will fire another shot, will roll a miss. This resource generator will be cleaned up once again. Escalation 4 has been initiated. So now maximum income is available for all the resource generators. At minute 40, cores no longer self-repair. We do in fact have Big Mech now. Zach Noggin coming on out, or teleported away I should say. Track still in kill him close mode. In fact, the big track could do flank the harsh Tarkari, but that's not exactly the greatest thing. The big track is not really good. Oh, but we'll grab it actually, because it grabs everything on the way back home. Big track. Big track is not really that good for close range support like the Predator or. Of all the tanks, the big track I would say is the weakest. The Predator, both Predators are better at it. The Fire Prison's much more agile. The big track just has artillery. Doesn't really do all too well. That moment of delay. Jakard throwing out another circle. Could snare some units. Death Copter Swarm is back up. It looks like none of the copters went down this time around. The Wog Concert will go ahead and heal them up. Getting them nice and ready for combat and hyping up it as well. Have a lot of rocks available. He has 7 elite points. Means he has 2, 3, so that's 5. And by the time those get off cooldown, he will have the 3rd available. So he can call 3 rocks as soon as possible. Not 4. Fire Prism doing some good range damage now. There's 2 Fire Prisms out. That is a lot of range firepower. In order for these Death Copters to engage them, he will need to do some Buzzsaw runs. Or Saw runs. I just call them Saw runs. Buzzsaw Blitz are called, but I just call them Saw runs. Safe to say. More accurate what they just do. Imagine just turning on a buzzsaw and just letting it go on the ground. It will actually do that. Of course, they have safety, so it won't stay on. Homeboys will pick forward. Will jump away in time. Barely stays alive. Eldritch Rim's was thrown out trying to heal it up, but was unable to finish it off. There's a significant amount of Death Copters here. Couldn't initiate this Wog counter in the back. Here comes a Buzzsaw run. We'll wipe out those units quite quickly, but they have very little help of their own. We need to focus down these Shadow Specters quickly, but these Fire Prisms just rip them apart. Only 1 Death Copter remains. We've got a large number of Tank Busters still. We haven't seen any squigs, really. Wog Towers does in fact go down. There goes the structure there. Forget, that was the boys' hut. Or whatever. I really don't know the names of all the buildings. There's a massive barrage. Massive losses for the Orc player. He's losing a significant amount of resources. Death Copters were way too much. And didn't have much impact until the game went on. And still building more Death Copters. Not a good idea. Oh, and he hasn't been using any of his rocks either. And now this second Eldritch Storm coming on out. Now we do got the upgraded Eldritch Storm. Fire Prisms barraging the area. Orc players will make his final stand at the shield generator. He doesn't have all too much. He will actually force the knockout of the garrison. It results in just a regular Eldritch Storm now. It's actually still fine to use. It will die out. last of the Wog Towers, I think, does in fact go down. He's been rebooting the Wog Towers in the backline. Without that additional scrap, there we go. We finally have a Rock's being called on in. He's attaching to the big mech to Zap Noggin, so he's trying to push him forward. The big rock is coming down soon. He's trying to bring it down the fire presence, but he's trying to stay at maximum range. And in fact, he will go down the slope, escaping the big rock. Overall, a large waste of rocks. Shakain still alive, able to take on these Storm Boys, no problem. Storm Boys will run away. Go ahead and grab those guys, bring them forward. Right into the fire prison barrages. I think the fire prison exploded just at the right time, and the orc player, realizing he's lost, goes ahead and surrenders. It's Agion saying thank you for watching and signing off.